Britten Michele, the experienced eaters, you two hit the soft opening of the brand new 109 North Mulberry German American Cafe downtown Monday night. Before we roll through and walk, I'm going to play your all's jingle, just because I always forget to.
Experienced eaters, let's go. Trying the spots you need to know.
Britten, I'm not dancing the old jingle, bro.
I don't dance.
Move it around. There we go. Perfect.
I can be like a
Okay.
lame.
So you two hit the soft opening, brand new at 109 North Mulberry German American Cafe downtown Monday night. Walk us through it, get the setup for the video, and we're going to be voiceovering that video while we go because there's not a lot of audio on it. So, that'll be a little different for us this time.
So, we got the invite and got it on the calendar. We were really excited about it. And, we kind of figured, we get there, right around 6. It was 6 to 8 last night. And, anyway, things happened. We got away late, and we got there, and we had to wait. And so they had some trouble on the first night. If technology, if you've ever been a teacher or anything, you're a tech person, you know that that the first time is when it's going to go back there.
But that's what last night was for, is to get that out of the way.
Called a soft launch.
Their point of sale, their point of sale software cracked, and so they had handhelds to do all their ordering on it. I mean, everything crashed. They thought it was the internet provider. The internet provider blamed the point of sale. Point of sale blamed the internet provider. It was pandemonium. But I'm going to tell you, it's great that it happened on a soft opening night. Everybody was very agreeable. So we got there. It's about 6:45. We left. We drove around D-Town, saw a lot of the happenings and everything was going on. We got back. I think about an hour later, we got seated about 7:45. But the staff is poised. I'm going to tell you what, they're experienced and they're poised because they found a way and they got through it.
Yeah, they did a great job working through the troubles.
The adversity.
Even like with us, sometimes we have internet issues. It happens, and they worked through it completely gracefully, and they got it done. So they did a great job.
And so the thing I think, I'll say my summary first is I'm excited that we have a new location or a new business in Hardin County that is offering a cuisine that is not normal or that's not already here. Right. That they're feeling a need, but the energy, the love that's in the food, the thoughtfulness of the menu. You can tell that the owners, that Janine and Chris, have got they've got their hearts in this, and they are, and they've got everything going right in order to be successful. And and that is as somebody that is has been in the restaurant business, has been in some of the situations they were in last night, and done that. I was very inspired because I know that there's so many people that the first couple things hit the fan and they're like, I'm out,
right?
And that's or their attitude becomes terrible. And that's one of the things I say is everybody that was there, everybody was smiling, the food was great, and it was even with the adversity, it was still a hugely positive experience.
Hey guys,
gotcha. I was just trying to get the scene set. So this is the concept is a German American Appalachian blend. Is that right? Classic German plates, right next to down home Kentucky comfort food.
And so one of the things that we talked about with Janine last night is some of the different things that'll be there. She has biscuits and gravy on the menu, and then I know there'll be a bologna biscuit. There might be a Spam biscuit. There's going to be some things that will definitely have some Eastern Kentucky Appalachia flair to it. But then there's also some very solid German roots or backbone that's there. And that's one of the things that I will say is everything that I had that was German last night was exceptionally authentic, and that's. And the execution was there. The timeliness was off a little bit because the kitchen was off because how they had trained and what they had prepared for, how they had prepared, they didn't have those tools available. But the execution and I was really impressed. Michelle and I talked about this at length last night. The thoughtfulness of the menu, it's very well put together, and you can definitely feel the heart of the owner and the staff in what they prepared.
All right. So just so you guys know, we're talking about 109 North Mulberry German American Cafe, and yes, that is the name. Who's behind it? The Flavor Queen, I guess is her nickname, right? Janine
Washle, I believe is how you say her last name.
Janine Washle. And she's a Kentucky chef and a caterer known, I think, for TV cooking segments too, regionally. They'll be at 109 North Dixie. Their phone number is 270-982-7308. The full menu will be available on hardinlocal.com and also Nate and Hardin Local's Facebook page coming up shortly. So you'll be able to find it there. But yeah, you ready to go ahead and get started? This is going to be a little different for us, right? Since you guys will have to kind of voice over after the initial introduction here, which I think I'm just going to skip the initial introduction and just go straight to where you guys are inside since we've already introduced it. So here we go.
Kind of hard to get a picture of without getting in the road. So we started out with this is a potato and leek soup and a tomato basil soup. Pretty standard fare. The appetizers, they had deviled eggs. They also had a sorghum pork belly, and that might have been the best bite of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of those things that it was crispy, it was sweet, it was savory. It had a great combination, a lot of umami there to go with that. And then this is one of their sides that was with the pork, and that sweet potato casserole they have there it was some of the best I've ever had.
That was kind of a sorghum sauce pork chop with sweet potato casserole, and then I've got
That's a chicken schnitzel right there.
Yeah, chicken schnitzel with a Jaeger mushroom gravy. I've got some potato salad and some spätzle. Everything was delicious. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, we even had Sue French commented earlier when we were talking about it, said food was delicious. Thank you for the comments, Stu.
Now they call this the Big E. This is it's an eggs Benedict with it's a chicken schnitzel and it's over a potato pancake. This was really interesting. I really enjoyed it, but it was something different. I had never had that, and the sauce was reminiscent of the tomato basil, but it was a little bit different also. I think it has a little creamier, a little more gravy like. But this was really neat. You I don't know if it's going to show it or not, but you cut the egg and the yolk kind of come out a little bit, and which was a hard pass for Michelle because she doesn't do eggs. But it was I really enjoyed this. It was very, very refreshing. And I think what I like really about their plans are, they're going to start out breakfast and lunch for the first couple of weeks until they get their bearings set, and then they're going to add dinner. But they have a lot of variety there for some things that I don't think you can just go anywhere in E-Town and get.
Yeah,
and that's something that I really appreciate to go with that.
Look how pretty that is.
It does look pretty.
Glaze was very flavorful. If you're not familiar with sorghum, the brown color comes because it almost scorches or burns as they cook it down, and it had a really nice kind of a charred sweetness to the pork, and then like I said, the sweet potato there had some candied pecans on it. And
it was my
tasty.
favorite.
I'm getting hungry just looking.
Yeah, me too. I love
Because those eggs Benedict, I'm a big eggs Benedict person. Yeah, some of my favorite food right there.
What were you saying, Scott?
I was saying I love me a good broth.
Yeah,
That's my favorite German food is a good broth because I'm just simple when it comes to my food.
JOB was there while we were there last night, and
Yeah, he just said pork belly was his favorite. I just put the comment up. Still trying to try the breakfast.
He's doing he's doing his 30-day hard. So he was limited a little bit because I know he was eyeing some of the potato pancakes and the biscuits and gravy a little bit there to go with it.
Here's another comment from Sue. Hot pretzel bites with beer cheese was tasty too. Love the soups. Chicken schnitzel and German potato salad were truly authentic German. Sweet potato casserole was delicious, as was the banana pudding and Black Forest cake. Thank you, Sue.
So, Britten, I'm just curious with their POS going down. How do they solve that? What do they do? Just like
old school
special scan. What do they do?
Paper and pencil.
Okay, cool. Okay, I was just curious. Good.
So it was. I didn't know that their POS was down when we first got there. We were kind of waiting for a table to open up, and they were running a little behind. And like I said, it was pretty frantic. And Janine had went to work on the computer system, and so the chefs were in the kitchen. And I look back there, and I see one of the chefs, and he's got a piece of paper, and he's got one ticket, and it has the entire table's order on it. And I immediately turned to Michelle, and I said, "That is a no-fly. That is not good." And in my time in my mom and dad's place, being a short order cook and cooking orders and doing plate service like that, that just makes it so hard when everything's on one paper. You know, I had a strict rule, and people, and I had some waitresses that didn't like it, but I was like, you get one order per ticket. And so if you've got 10 orders for a table, I need 10 tickets because of the way we process through everything. And they were trying, and I could tell they were struggling a little bit with that, but they stayed at it, and they overcame it to be there. And so same time as French was, we saw her come in. And like I said, at 5:30 they were open. Soft opening was at 6. At 5:30 they were lined up out the front door and down the side of the building. They were there.
That's good.
So you said 50 people all at 6 p.m.
Wow.
Which is
and that was something else. The software that they used to create their event and send the invitations was supposed to put people in sections of 30-minute increments to stagger, and it didn't. So everybody showed up at 6. That's another one of those snafus. But if the POS hadn't went down, that would have been fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Together, that kind of makes a little bit of a.
It's a lot to handle all at once.
That's
for
a heck of a
anybody.
Yeah, sounds like they came out on the good side of it, because that could wreck it for a lot of people. Good to hear that they worked their way through it. Let's check out the rest of these desserts. I guess that's what you're talking about.
That's the Black Forest cake, and that was pretty impressive. And they've got a lady there that just graduated from Sullivan. It's their baker, and she comes in at 5 a.m. and she does their biscuits and their desserts and their bread, and she does that. And she's pretty young, but from what we had, she's very accomplished.
So this is the banana pudding. I know that you guys are banana pudding's very important to you guys. I know you made me some delicious banana pudding the other day. So talk about that.
And so we actually didn't get the banana pudding last time.
Okay.
Our desserts, we ended up with the Black Forest cake and the strawberry and the apple schnitzel.
Apple
strudel.
I gotcha.
Look at this cut he's got right here. And I mean, just look at that. And those are. They had a homemade cherry filling in it, and then those were fresh cherries there, and then there's the apple strudel all together. Like I said, it was very impressive, and what I really liked about this was it was apple flavored, because a lot of times you get apple and there's a ton of cinnamon, and it was the apple flavor came through, and I mean all together they did a fantastic job, especially under some very tough circumstances. And I'm excited about what 109 North Mulberry is going to be for us in our community. I think I don't know what their exact evening hours are going to be, but Michelle and I talked about it. It's nice to have a place that we can, somewhere different than what we already have to be able to go, and especially when you have personable people that are the benefit or the operators. The staff's friendly, they're courteous, but they really have a passion for doing things right and wanting to bring a quality product to our community, and that's where the excitement comes together. Because all of our favorite restaurants in Hardin County are places that the owners are there. They're putting in the time, and they're doing the quality. They're doing the quality control, and they're making sure that the product that the product and their name go together, and it's a positive experience.
So we thank you for another comment. All in all, they did a fantastic job at handling the challenge. That's basically what we're hearing here. We thank you for that. You don't hear that as often. You usually just hear a bunch of negativity, so it's good to hear positive messages. So for somebody who wants to try it this week, Britten and Michelle, what should they know before they go?
Well, I believe that they are closed today because they had to do some restocking, and they're still trying to get the point of sale worked out. It's rough when your POS is a POS, and so they got to get that lined out. But I believe for the next couple of weeks they're going to be open. I think they're going to be open Tuesday to Sunday, and they're going to be open like 7 to 2. They're going to be open for breakfast and lunch. And so I would encourage people to get down there, try it out, be patient.
Yes.
The place only seats about 40 people, so it is small. It's very quaint. Just be patient.
It was decorated really cute.
Oh, the decor was Michelle hawked the decor really, really quick, and just enjoy the experience. The vibe's great. The attitude, the atmosphere is awesome, and just enjoy the people and be prepared for a quality meal and be excited about it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a good place. And I just think it's very important for people to realize when some place is brand new and opening up, you have to go in with an open mind and give them some grace So many times you see that when something is brand new, everybody goes, they try it the first time. It may be a little rough to begin with. You got to give them time to get their wheels on straight and get things going. Be patient with them. I think it's going to be great. Just remember that when you go. And parking, the door opens up right on the street. So you have to kind of park you have to go down the little alley beside and then park behind all the buildings.
Municipal.
Yeah, so parking would be the only other thing I think people might be like, well, where do we park? Yeah, go down the side and park behind, and you'll be great. We walked right over.
Well, one of the things that I'll say is anytime, I don't think people understand. Of course, the internet warriors and the keyboard warriors out there are the worst people in the world. And what really bothers me is you'll have people in Radcliffe and E-Town and in Hardin County that will echo somebody's bad experience and pass it off as their own and be like, well, my friend did this. And then they've never even been there and they're trashing somewhere based on what they heard with no validation. And it just reminds me of something that Babe Ruth said. He said, he said, the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. And it amazes me the people that have no skin in the game, no investment in the game, and how critical they are. And they don't realize that these people that have opened this business, not just 109 North Mulberry, but the people that are opening these businesses, they have tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in what they're doing to provide a service or provide an experience to you, the consumer. And so have some class and be understanding of what they they have and what they're doing,
what they're trying to do.
And especially as that learning, they're not big enough. I think you got to seat 50 in order to sell alcohol, and I don't they're not even close to the seating capacity.
But they allow the hub cups, it sounds like. So.
And now the hub cups, those are what they can get at different places that they can be carried around downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So. That's one of the things. I think Janine and Chris, they're going to be they're fantastic people. They're going to do, and I think they'll hit their stride way sooner than most people would that are in this game. And so I'm excited for it.
I accidentally clicked that.
Hey, we're 50 minutes earlier than we were last week, so I don't need to hear anything, Phil.
No, I know. I'm not saying anything other than I got a 2:30 meeting, but. I literally did click it too quick because I had one more question. Setting the day one side kinks aside, is this a place you'd tell people to go back to once they're dialed in, or even now, just to help them out? Just to it sounds like that's the case, and just to remember to be gracious and give some grace if you're going to go sooner than later.
I have no reservations sending anybody there. And like I said, their heart's in it. They're in it to serve and to be able to produce high quality food in a top notch experience. And I'll say it like I usually do. This is an experience you got to eat. You need to get there and give them a shot.
Well, that's great.
We'll go back. Let's go back.
Yep.
Let's go back and do a revisit maybe in a month once everything's rocking and rolling, and go in and really see how much they've changed and improved, and do another one. Let's go back. Let's do a revisit later.
Well, that's one of the things I think is fun. And I told her that when I go into a restaurant, I look at systems. I look at who's doing what, how they're processing through things, and it'll be fun to go back in a month and see. Okay, because I have a list in my mind. Hey, this is what I would some changes.
How they've grown.
We could be more efficient this way, and see if they figured it out. Which I have a feeling. Janine's super analytical. In a 20-minute conversation with her last night, saw that tremendously, and so she'll have the numbers and have the timing down. And I was talking with one of the chefs, and it impressed. He said something just really impressed me. He said, I have my goal is a 12-minute ticket time, and there's nothing pre-done. They're doing everything as they go.
Yes.
So to have a goal of a 12-minute ticket time on a plate, doing everything, putting it together, and assembling it, that's legit.
All right. Good job. Anyway, we thank you guys for doing that. And remember, it's 109 North Mulberry. Go check it out. And remember the full report and menu. And we'll have a full report on hardinlocal.com later today. Nate's already posted the menu, pictures of the menu on his Facebook page, which I'll grab that link and put it in the comments here in the next few minutes of this post. And you'll be able to check out that menu and zoom in and see whatever you want to see there. Before we wrap up, though, let's scroll through some. I actually got most of the comments. Sue had another one that was nice. It's nice to have authentic German restaurant again. We missed German food in Hardin County and Jefferson counties. Didn't we have a few other German options? But yeah, in the heart of that, I do. I'm glad that you guys are happy about it, Sue. I'm glad it was a good experience, and I can't wait to try it out myself.
Yeah,
Michelle, any updates on the Red Brick Cottage?
We did our big wedding show in Louisville on Sunday. We had great experience with that, and hopefully we'll be bringing people from all over the place to Hardin County to come see what we have to offer. So thank you for asking, and as usual, getting excited for the upcoming fall wedding season. Ladies, if you have any needs for dresses, formals, bridesmaids, mom, grandma, guest, cruise, anniversaries. Here at the Red Brick Cottage, we can help you with all sizes and all budgets. So come, let us take care of you the way you should be taken care of. So customer service is paramount, along with a wonderful experience and products. So come see us.
Anybody else have any shout outs? Or any personal or business shout outs? Scott or Britt?
Hey, Scott, I'm really excited about Shrek. I've seen a lot of signs. So
Yeah, that'll be in July. It'll be next month. So we'll talk about that in July. But yes, that's going to be coming.
Well, Shrek holds a special place in our hearts. So it's like, it's.
And Caden will be back from GSA this month on the 27th, but he'll be playing trumpet during the music as well. So if you hear a trumpet player, that's Caden.
Okay.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Nice.
I always tell the joke. I saw it in my Facebook memories a couple days ago. That you remember when they first had the thing, the filter come out. You take a picture and it turned you to a cartoon.
Yeah.
That was like they come out the first. That's what 2-3 years ago. And so I took a picture of me and Michelle, and we were like this together. And then I put look what it gave us, and then I put a picture of Shrek and Fiona together because that's our family kind of refers to us as that most days. It's always been important. It's been important to us.
Yeah, definitely. I like Shrek.